Labels. Label headline. This is a kind of headline that just provides the theme of a story without giving a pointer to what the content is all about. It just mentions the topic, provides a background of what the topic is all about, but it does not say anything about the topic. That's why they call it a label. It just labels the topic. It labels the story, but does not provide a pointer to what you expect in the story. The label head is also used to refer to permanently occurring columns or sections in a newspaper. This means that they are used to introduce specific sections of a newspaper, like the sports section, the business section. You could have Business Watch or Sports Today, but that appears permanently to show that this is the beginning of the sports pages in the newspaper or business pages in the newspaper. That's why they said label head is used to introduce permanently occurring pages or columns in the newspaper. But basically, the label head is a kind of headline that does not say anything about the story or even the headline, but just provides a background. That is to say, it looks like a kicker, what you could call an abandoned kicker, because if it is a kicker, it should have a rider or main headline to provide more information. So when you say label head, it just contains nouns or noun phrase without a verb. And most times, good headlines always have verb in them. So label heads can be used for feature stories, but one has to be careful while using label heads because they make stories look dull. That's why you have to be careful when using them. You need to make them a bit creative. So if you look at the examples we have here, you will understand that there may be need to make a label head more creative to make readers want to read the story. You have here some examples of label heads. You could have a label head that says bulletins, meetings, volunteers, chemical updates, managers' letters, appointments. That is to say, these headlines provide a background of what you will expect, but they look dull. They won't give you a pointer to what to expect in the story. For instance, under meetings, you could find stories about the kind of meetings that are going to be held or meetings that were held in a particular company, where they say managers' letters. You could find things like letters to the manager or letters to the editor, depending on the kind of newspaper or magazine you're talking about. You have disposable air cleaners. Now, these examples look like they are for adverts, but they are for stories. So that's why we say you have to be careful with label heads because they could make your story look boring. You can see that you could even make label heads even better. For instance, here you see, instead of charity collection for flood victims, you could have a headline that says, "Help flood victims get back to life." It is still a headline for a feature story, but it is not that dull. So when using label heads, you need to be careful. Here you can see, "Pensioners' tears and troubles." That's a headline for a feature story, talking about pensioners and what they pass through. But you can have it this way: "Pensioners' tears over government neglect," or "Treat pensioners like human beings." So you see, the essence is that when the reader sees the headline will arouse the curiosity of the reader to read the other parts of the story. And most times, if label heads are wrongly structured, they won't do that. They will make the story look dull. So you need to be careful when using label heads. Hi everyone, I'm your favorite doc. I don't know why you guys don't subscribe to my YouTube channel even after watching my videos. But I give you guys good content, yet you don't subscribe. Oh no. I want blue. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, please.